She is the most powerful girl in the Umbrella Academy, with an incredibly strong telekinetic ability. But the prophecy foretold that she would destroy the world with her own hands. To prevent this catastrophe, her father locked her in a secret room, day after day. Even worse, all her meals were laced with drugs to suppress her superpowers. However, her father was not satisfied, and he even brought in the girl's sister to help erase her powers completely.
You think you just
And the sister possessed powerful mind control abilities, allowing her to make anyone obey her commands. From then on, the girl forgot about her superpowers. She began to face neglect from her brothers and sisters, who saw her as nothing but a burden. To build her confidence, the girl started practicing the violin diligently, searching for a new opportunity. Then, during an orchestra audition, the girl accidentally released a surge of energy. It not only made the violin sound deep and powerful but also captivated all the judges in the audience. This was the first time she received genuine recognition. Excited, she went to celebrate with a friend, but an unexpected incident occurred on the way home. Several strong men suddenly confronted her and her friend, threatening to take her away. Her friend stepped in to stop them, only to be brutally beaten. Watching her friend get assaulted, the girl finally lost control, and a powerful energy erupted from within her, instantly killing all those men. From that moment on, her superpowers began to gradually return. Whenever her emotions fluctuated, everything around her was affected, and she could even influence the weather. As her abilities surfaced more frequently, her memories slowly resurfaced too, and she started to recall everything that had happened, including all the actions of her family, which fueled her growing inner anger. To manage her emotions, the girl picked up her violin again, hoping to find some comfort through music. Perhaps because she was too immersed, this emotional surge was stronger than ever, even causing the surroundings to shake violently. However, this energy was quickly interrupted. Her sister's sudden arrival inevitably brought back painful memories. Her sister knew she had superpowers but chose to side with their father, helping him conceal the truth.
You destroyed my life!
Thinking of this, the girl's anger intensified even more, and the entire space began to tremble fiercely. Her sister sensed the danger and finally understood the decision their father had made. She tried to use her own abilities to suppress her sister, but unexpectedly, a wave of energy from the girl struck her throat, permanently stripping her of her superpowers. Afterward, the girl felt guilty about what she had done.
The man was tied to the execution table with a 1,000-ton axe hanging above, swinging back and forth. As water flowed into the mechanism, the axe slowly lowered inch by inch. Unless something unexpected happened, the man would soon be severed at the waist. In that life-or-death moment, the man suddenly noticed several human heads above the mechanism. A crazy idea sparked in his mind, and he made a desperate decision. He frantically lifted his foot and threw his shoe at the mechanism. But his aim was off, and he missed. With the axe now just a centimeter from his waist, the man quickly regained his composure, removed his other shoe, held his breath, and threw it again with all his might. This time it hit the mechanism perfectly. The mechanism triggered a chain reaction, causing an iron rod to quickly fall toward the axe. The axe slammed into the wooden board holding the human heads, tilting the board, and the heads rolled into the water tank. It turned out he was trying to block the water tank's drain with the hair from the heads, but completely blocking it would take a little more time, and the axe was about to slice into his body. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the wig finally blocked the drain, saving the man's life. Just then, a cleaning lady suddenly burst in, and she screamed in shock at the sight before her.
Could you give me a hand?
Before I became the governor of California, I, Arnold Schwarzenegger, nearly got killed by this monster called the Predator. Using the cloaking device built into his armor, he slaughtered every member of my squad. To survive, I took a desperate leap off a waterfall. But just as I reached the shore, I heard a splash behind me. To my shock, the Predator had caught up so quickly, I could only huddle beneath the trees, trembling with fear. Soon the Predator emerged from the water. When his armor made contact with the water, his cloaking ability immediately failed. The Predator began searching for any sign of me. At that moment, hiding under the trees, I had already been so terrified that I lost control of my bodily functions. I thought death was inevitable. But the Predator kept looking around without seeming to detect my presence. The Predator's armor could sense living beings through thermal imaging. Finally, during his search, he seemed to discover something. With a blast of energy, he obliterated a dead tree beside me, and a rat scurried out from inside. That's when I finally understood it was the mud covering my body that had blocked the Predator's thermal sensing ability. This must be the creature's only weakness. Watching the Predator move away, I got up and headed back into the forest. Now it was time for my revenge. I abandoned my modern firearms and instead used materials from the forest to craft the most primitive traps. Not only that, but I also bound together some resilient bamboo to create a bow and arrow with incredible piercing power. Once everything was ready, I lit a torch, summoned all my strength, and let out a roar, formally declaring war on the Predator. I threw the torch into the dead wood below, then ran to my ambush point. This was merely a place I had prepared to lure the predator in. I climbed up a nearby tree and waited silently for my prey to arrive. But to my surprise, the predator appeared right beside me. I was so tense I didn't dare breathe, terrified that the predator next to me would discover me. After the predator moved on, I immediately grabbed the vine and swung to another tree. But this movement caught the predator's attention. However, after he scanned his surroundings, he didn't find any trace of me. Soon the predator reached the campfire and entered my hunting range. I raised my crafted bow and arrow and shot it directly into the predator's body. His cloaking immediately failed. He launched a counterattack, but since he couldn't see me, he could only fire his energy cannon indiscriminately in all directions. In an instant, the energy blasts illuminated the entire forest.
I just came back from work. Why the fuck are you stopping me?
You're in a high crime area while wearing a hooded sweatshirt.
You stopped me for wearing a hoodie?
Settle. You had your head on swivel, look like you're seeking a victim opportunity.
I had to look both ways so I didn't get hit by no car.
The white police officer didn't have time to listen to the boy's explanation. He forcibly restrained the boy's hands and began a full-body search. Soon, he found what appeared to be a weapon.
It's like a rigged knife.
I gotta walk home at night sometime. You said it your own self. It's a high crime area.
Another smart ass. Cuff this little motherfucker.
Wait, bro, I didn't do nothing, bro.
What the boy didn't know was that, armed or not, the police would still take him away just to meet their performance targets. Meanwhile, another man who was about to leave his home was suddenly stopped and interrogated by the police. They searched him for a long time but found nothing suspicious. Fortunately, the white officer had a solution of his own.
Oh, you see that? He put his hands on me. Turn around. I said turn the fuck around.
Before the neighbors could even figure out what was happening, the police had already handcuffed the man and slapped him with a serious charge.
Assault the police officer.
Bullshit.
The neighbors had become numb. None of them could remember how many such incidents had already happened this past week. The police had now reached the point of going crazy whenever they see black. No matter what the situation was, they would swing their batons before asking a single question.
What the fuck? That's me. Why you wearing those stupid fucking shoes, man? I see the fucking George. I just gave it a smack, man. My bad.
Every day before work, I strap someone else's urine to my thigh. I inject a drop of someone else's blood into a fake fingertip, carefully stick it onto my middle finger. I get to the company. I place the fake finger on the blood scanner. The green light comes on. First identity check passed. But once inside, there's a urine test. When the doctor looks away, I do my thing. I squeeze the prepared urine into the plastic cup. Second checkpoint cleared. That's how I, a defective person, pulled it off, using a genius's genes. I've been working at NASA for 2 years, but I scrub myself down 10 times a day, get rid of every bit of dead skin. Every single hair that falls, I collect it. Then I scatter the genius's dandruff to cover my tracks. And the genius, his daily job is simple. Prepare as much urine as possible. Blood, hair, dead skin, making sure any genetic trace I leave behind comes from his perfect genes. Soon enough, I became the chief pilot. 1 more week and I'd be flying to space. My lifelong dream was about to come true. But right then, things went south. NASA's department head got killed in his office. He'd been blocking my flight plan the whole time. Now that he's dead, I'm the prime suspect. I went over to check out the scene. Accidentally dropped an eyelash. There, the FBI vacuumed it right up. The eyelash got sent to the lab for analysis. My real identity got exposed instantly. The screen showed a defective person, and it was a janitor from NASA. Years ago, but I'd been missing for years. Now my eyelash shows up at a crime scene. The FBI was convinced I was their guy. They released the suspect's identity right away. I saw my old photo. Panic hit me hard. I handed my used paper cup to the janitor without thinking. That bag of trash got intercepted by the FBI. They found the genes on the cup. Matched the eyelash perfectly. That sealed the FBI's theory. There's a gene thief inside NASA. Even more ironic, my brother is the cop handling this case. I ran back home, poured out the urine and blood the genius prepared, planning to run. The genius exploded with rage. He was born with perfect genes. Everyone had high hopes for him, but he only got silver in a crucial competition.